How to master membrane transport for MCAT Biochem. If you are preparing for the medical college admission test and want to ace the biology and biochemistry sections, mastering membrane transport is essential. This topic is fundamental to understanding how cells function. Let's break it down into manageable parts. Start with the basics. The cell membrane is a selectively permeable lipid bilayer that controls what enters and exits the cell. It contains proteins that play a key role in transport. Next, familiarize yourself with the types of transport. There are two main categories: passive transport and active transport. Passive transport does not requiring energy. Simple diffusion allows small, nonpolar molecules like oxygen and carbon dioxide to move directly through the lipid bilayer. Facilitated diffusion helps larger or polar molecules, such as glucose, pass through specific proteins called channels or carriers, still moving down their concentration gradient. Active transport, on the other hand, requires energy. Primary active transport directly uses adenosine triphosphate to move molecules against their concentration gradient. A classic example is the sodium-potassium pump, which maintains essential ionic gradients in cells. Secondary active transport relies on the energy from primary active transport to move other molecules against their gradients. For instance, the sodium-glucose cotransporter uses the sodium gradient to bring glucose into the cell. Bulk transport is another important category that involves vesicle-mediated processes. Endocytosis allows the cell to engulf large particles or molecules, while exocytosis enables the releases of substances outside the cell. Both processes requiring energy but are distinct from primary and secondary active transport. Now, let's look at the key membrane transport proteins. Channels provide pathways for ions or molecules to move quickly down their gradients. Carriers bind specific molecules and change shape to transport them, which can be either passive or active. Pumps, like the sodium-potassium pump, use energy to move ions against their gradients. Understanding the physiological relevance of these mechanisms is vital. The sodium-potassium pump is crucial for maintaining membrane potential, transmitting nerve impulses, and regulating cell volume. Glucose transporters are also important for nutrient uptake, and secondary active transport couples ion gradients to nutrient absorption. For effective preparation, memorize the differences between passive and active transport, including energy requirements and examples. Practice identifying transport types in various scenarios, whether experimental or clinical. Use diagrams to visualize how molecules cross membranes, and review common transport proteins and their functions. Approach your study of membrane transport systematically. Start with the structure of the membrane, move through the different transport types, and conclude with their biological significance. This method aligns well with medical school learning, emphasizing both the details of mechanisms and their clinical relevance.